Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Tuesday morning. Today is July the 18th. And excuse me. Uh, hope that you had a great Monday. I hope that you had a good start, to your week. And now it's Tuesday morning, and I certainly hope that you're doing well this morning, and now ready to tackle today's opportunities God has given us with this fresh new day. And this morning I wanna kind of tag along with yesterday's devotional, and today's devotional is entitled "Seeing Past the Storm." Uh, Matthew chapter 14, verse 30, it says, "But when he saw the strong wind and the waves, he was terrified and began to sink. 'Save me, Lord,' he shouted." It was an act of great faith, to really even to try it in the first place. Peter, he in this story, out on the Sea of Galilee, he climbed out of the boat, and instead of sinking, he stood. Soon he was walking on the water, and he was looking at Jesus. It was a miraculous event. Now, we don't know, what happened, specifically. We really don't. But something caused Peter to take his eyes off the Lord. And we do know this. This we know. When Peter kept his eyes on Jesus, he was able to do the impossible. But when he took his eyes off Jesus, he began to sink. I mean, it may have been perhaps that he began to look around him, and saw the waves and panicked in that moment. Now we may criticize Peter, for sinking instead of standing, but yet, did you realize that we don't read of anyone else climbing out of the boat that night? Nobody else got out of the boat except Peter. Earlier in the 14th chapter of Matthew, Jesus, he had miraculously fed 5,000 men, plus men and children, so it was 5,000 plus. The enthusiastic crowd, as we stated yesterday, they wanted to take Jesus by force, and they wanted to make him king. And so you remember Jesus, he told his disciples, to get in the boat and then to cross the Sea of Galilee. Yet it wasn't long until they found themselves in what we might call a protecting storm. It was also a perfecting storm. You see, Jesus was teaching his disciples to grow stronger spiritually. Now, Matthew's gospel says the following in Matthew 14, verses 25 through 27. It says, "About 3 o'clock in the morning, Jesus came toward them, walking on the water. When the disciples saw him walking on the water, they were terrified. In their fear, they cried out, 'It's a ghost.' But Jesus spoke to them at once. 'Don't be afraid,' he said. 'Take courage. I am here.'" You see, Jesus, he was teaching them to trust him despite, their circumstances. I mean, he was teaching them to look beyond, what they faced, circumstantially, and to live by faith. Now, maybe he's allowing you to go through some type of perfecting storm right now. Listen, here's the deal. He hasn't abandoned you. God is thinking about you, God, and he's still there with you. If you only just reach out. Well, I mean, whatever storm you're going through, keep your eyes on him and keep moving forward. That's the key for all of us. Every one of us, no matter what we're going through, whatever storm that may be, whether, like I said, perfecting storm, protecting storm, whatever it is, whatever circumstances is clouding us and troubling us, God's right there with us. He's walking with us. And he wants us to get through it. And the key is being, keeping our eyes on Jesus and focusing on him instead of the world. And when we do that, we'll get through those circumstances and we'll be better for it, in the end. And so anyway, I hope that encourages you here on this Tuesday morning. Hope you have a wonderful day. Again, remember, Angie and I, we love you guys and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.